Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wasn't sure to, thought I'd make a video today. I was going to pull some oracle just to see for this month of January. This year is going to be a very crucial year. A lot of things, the dominoes are going to fall, and so do not exhaust yourself in waiting for the show to end on the outside world. Focus on your own inner self, on your own inner intuition, on your own well-being. Sometimes we're still eliminating cosmic debris. For me, I'm dealing with a karmic relationship, something really deep. You can't brush it aside. It's like when you have a karmic relationship, and it's really difficult. Sometimes I'm like, I have to negotiate with my soul and say, well, whatever you think, the soul says, I'm sure of that. I said, no, it's not that for me. It's not the way I feel. It's not the way I think. I don't conceive what you're presenting it to me. So it's more on an intimate, personal, romantic level, but. And sometimes, so I feel like sometimes I'm self-sabotaging some aspect of my future because of that. But it's like, so we continue to expand our mind, to open our mind, and to whatever does not kill us, make us stronger. For it feels like sometimes our soul, from the soul and spirit perspective, it's like things are very different. The perspective of things, there is not the emotional bond that we feel when we being in physicality. So. But we do have to trust in many ways, and so I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to ask for the general reading, so for this month of January. The French reading was very powerful. Here we have as the observer, we have Ganesh. He's the Lord of Obstacle. He's the divine director for the whole solar system. He is like to overcome obstacle, to overcome the power, to overcome all obstacle. It is the spiritual teacher, the Lord Ganesh. I'm going to pull 10 cards to see what. Nice cards. All different from the. So the situation is really about the castle in the clouds. Continue to cultivate your dreams, cultivate your vision, cultivate, imagine yourself, place yourself already as much as possible within when you can, because sometimes our emotional body does not allow us to move into this complete free space. Sometimes I feel like I'm like an opposition force to this well-being, but I'm forgiving myself. I'm asking for healing. For we all have these emotional bodies when we live in physicality, more or less, depending on our life, that have been wounded. We're asking for a complete healing so we can be completely free around this situation. We have the stars. We have the island of jewel, the realizations of dreams and desires. So it is important to continue to cultivate this sense, connect to the angels and your guides. They will assist you in manifesting this reality or assist you in whichever way you need. What we see before us is a great deal of acceleration. We're going to feel in this month, it's the magic carpet. It's really the very powerful change that are coming. On the subconscious level, which is the distant past, we have totally banana. It means we haven't been really realistic about things, but it's okay. The absurd is okay to envision the absurd. But right now, it's about slaying the ego. It's like whatever is still holding us back will be shut out. It's like the ego is cutting out the head of the ego. So it's like it's the hangman. What's coming up in the really near future, what's coming right ahead, is really a turning point. Here it's called a solar return. It's an eclipse, but it's really a turning point. It's like when we turn, it's like we're on the street and we're going to make a turn into another street, which will be a lot more light in this new street. But we cannot see this new street until we've turned it. So it's coming. Our strength within the situation is high tension. We're still being tested. We're still being tried. We're still being there is still a lot of tension, so we want to overcome the tension. And what's wonderful is that what is coming in relationship to that is the opposite card that is coming above it. Once we are able to disengage from the tension, it is blow your mind. It is a complete release of tension, and that's what we're going to be able to bring into the world, to bring some common sense in balance and peace and joy. What comes to us from the outside world is very our environment is really it's a psychological temptation. Here it's called the threefold riddle. It's something that it's a riddle. It's like a mathematical equation that cannot be solved intellectually. So it is quite delicate. It is like we have to let go of this labyrinth of the mind, and at which point the fall comes. Is the freedom of fear comes to us from the outside world. So those things, there are many things that we've been cultivating inside that will be mirror on the outside world. What we feel on the inside an emotional body, and the hopes and fears, is a deep end. We're really reaching the end of the end. And after the end of the end, there is the beginning of the beginning. So we already want to move into the beginning of the beginning, at which point we're going to start feeling the love, the wish fulfilling gem, which is, it's all about feeling good. It's all about being in this life. So we really have to find this completion, this wish fulfilling gem where we feel so good that we are able to create freely. And the outcome is going to be about discerning. There's a lot of people that are not good in our environment. It's called the pearl before swine. We love the pigs; they're wonderful little beings. But in symbology, they're very intelligent pigs. And they're very clean. As if they live in clean environment, they'll stay clean. So it's like, but in this card, it's really like you don't want to give your pearls before swine. So it's about being very discerning in relationship to what you share with who. Because if you share the deep internal thing with people that are not that are untrustworthy, they will use that against you, and they will. So it's about it's not about coming into the judgment. It's about more discernment in order to eliminate, reduce the impact of negative people in our life, in order to let more space for positive people to come. At which point we're going to move into the cremation ground, the transcendental ground. It's very much about transcending and having this power to move forward. And then we'll be able to be spontaneous to whatever comes to us. We'll be in the right place in the right time with the right consciousness in order to address the higher frequency. So it's like what's very important is like to continue to see that there is a certain cleaning up to do. Certain people are not really from what I see in the message, that there is certain people that are not really all that trustworthy. That trusting someone that's not trustworthy is not a good idea. But there are people you can trust. So it's better to trust than not to trust. To receive trust, you have to give trust. Yet we'll pay it cash whenever we trust the untrustworthy people. For that is basically because this card was the outcome of the reading. So this month there is a great deal of discernment and a great deal of lucidity that will come in relationship to what needs to be done in relationship to who. And really what we see before us that will unfold is this magic carpet. So be ready for this magic carpet ride. It will be very powerful. So it's we'll see what happens, but this year is going to be very the dominoes are going to fall. There's going to be a lot of revelation on the outside world, but do not be waiting for that, and unless you're implicated within the process that if you're implicated in a political process, you have to play your role, or whatever role you play in this society, but do not give too much power on this outer matrix. Turn into your well-being within. As even though sometimes we don't always completely understand what the soul is really trying to do, because the soul has a very different perspective, or God's self sees things from a very different perspective, doesn't have moods, doesn't really care what we have to go through in order to get us where we need to go. And sometimes it can be challenging, but there is this magic carpet that is opening up before us. Well, I hope this was interesting for you. I thank you so much for your comment, for your likes, for your share, for your subscription, and for your donations. If you want a private session, that would be a lot more personal in relationship to what the cards are just a mirror. You don't want to take the cards too seriously. They give us indication. The tarot comes in Europe. It was come from I think. 16th century, but originally it was an Egyptian. It was the royal way. It was the Egyptian used to work with those cards. They were not on paper. I don't think they were more tablets, but and there were 40 major arcanes in the original tarot. So they removed a lot of power arcanes when they moved it into the Occident, into the Western world. Well, I'm going to finish with this song that because it is very much about there is this card that I had today was the wind of change, and a wind of change, and the song came in today, so in my head. So I'm going to sing this song called the Wind of Change, and sometimes it's really difficult because I'm dealing with a karmic relationship with a person that's Russian, and it's like this is happening in Russia, so I'm not really sure the spirit is trying to continue to keep this energy, this frequency of this person within me. I'm trying to let go as much as possible because it brings me more suffering than joy. So it's like, but if it's karmic, you can't brush it off. You have no choice but to pass through. And we hope and trust the highest resolution for everyone involved. For in all situations, always work for the highest good of all. Ask the Creator to make it so. Ask the angels, the archangels, to assist us in finding the right balance so that everybody can find its highest destiny. So the song goes like this. I followed the Mosva and down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. An August summer night, soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change. The world is closing in, and did you ever think that we could be so close like brothers? The future's in the air, can feel it everywhere, blowing with the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change. Walking down the street, distant memories are buried in the past forever. I follow the Mosva and down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change. The wind of change blows straight into the face of time, like a storm wheel that will ring the freedom bell for peace of mind. Let your balalaika sing what my guitar wants to say. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream away in the wind of change, in the wind of change. So we want to be taken into the magic of a glory night. There is quite there is always circumstances that can make life magical, and we have to trust that we're moving towards in that direction of the magic of the gratitude for being for it. We've been through a very intense period of test and trial. For it's like I feel like I'm coming out of over 10 years of exile. I've been exiled from life, and now I'm like looking forward to return into life. We'll see what happens. The observer of the day is the exchange of gift, and to continue to be light about things, not to be too severe, not to be to align, to be able to receive and exchange gracefully. The highest wisdom is the soulmate, where it's like there is no escape from that. And there are certain people we are connected to on a deep level, and we can't escape them. Sometimes the logical mind will be resistance. In my case, I'm talking about my own perception. Is just. But there will be joy and because once the plan of the soul is fulfilled, we'll understand it. We'll know why it was so important to follow it. But in the meantime, sometimes it's like, whoa, are you sure you want me to pass through that? And so what we need to understand is to be ready, to get ready, and chop up woods. So it's like to prepare ourselves, to prepare everything so that we if our life, we have to create a heavenly life for ourselves, so we can welcome people into this heavenly life. We don't want to welcome people into our life when it's hell. So well, just maybe be a bit extreme, but it's like angel. If you want to bring an angel into your life, you have to create heaven for so you can receive the angels. They won't go in hell. So it's like it's like all this materialistic process to to make it happen. Wow. What we need to do is to be aligned with the blessings. It's something that is beyond our understanding, beyond our ability to conceive, beyond what we believe to deserve. It is like a gift from heaven, something that is come down from heaven, and we have to be the miracle, to be the blessings, and to allow this blessing to come into our life with grace and ease. And the outcome will be the chaos and conflict. It is a bit like this pig, the pearls before swine. All that is not in alignment with the highest good needs to come up and to be transmuted, so that divine order can return. And once we allow this chaos and conflict, we're going to see that in society. But for now, what we need to deal is our own shadows, is our own programmation. The world will take care of itself. God is in charge of the program of humanity. And so once what will come as a result of that is all that shines, not to be blinded by all that shine, yet it is a big pile of gold, but it's also the ego. There is the surface reality and what's going on within. For we are all very, very conditioned, but what's going on the surface, yet the soul and the spirit sees what's going on within, and so they're on a completely different, and eventually we're going to be able to align with this higher perspective, this higher frequency, this higher vision, and I think we'll be grateful that we stick to the program at the end. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Salut.